Let's take you all right through some of the dailies here today. And we'll start with Vanguard newspaper. Look at the lead story today. Standoff in Plateau. Well, they're still in Nigeria. I know they're peaceful people. But no, they didn't remember any of those here today. Standoff in Plateau as police battle 16 sacked PDP lawmakers.
The politicians, many of them do not care about being a peaceful people. They just want to get what they consider their mandate or it means to recoup their investment that someone once said.
Well. So that's what you see here. How FG others gain 1.05 trillion naira from Naira depreciation. So there's a lot going on there. And then the FCC will be having a visitor today. We'll tell you about that. One of the former governors. So we'll tell you about that as we progress, hopefully here today on the program. That's Vanguard.
The Guardians, the next one we have here, and they have that 225 broadband target dicey as 31 states remain underserved. That's what they're leading with, the Vanguard, as broadband or internet, what they call that, internet penetration. That's the way they put it. So 2025 broadband target dicey. 31 states remain underserved is what they're leading with here, and it really be good. I mean, talk about that. We'll talk about that championship, the innovation and digital age that we're in right now. We need to move, and this thing needs to be looked at. But that's what they lead here on the Guardian. That's it there.
New Telegraph leads with something equally concerning, and if we get that national values right, maybe it aligns with the lead story of the New Telegraph this morning. Look at it. Japa. Nigerian youths won't emigrate if things are right. That's according to the federal government. Which federal government said this? Of Nigeria. But who on their behalf? Find out the details. Look at the writers. Says many Nigerians skeptical, disenchanted, blame security challenges, unemployment, corruption, failed promises others. FG committed to maintaining peace, harmony in all sectors, as subscribed to the Labour Minister. The stories you'll find on pages 2 and 7.
Well, take a look at Leadership newspaper here today. Insecurity is their theme. Probe terrorism financing now. Northern elders, CSOs tell Tinubu. Demand release of report on General Atahiru's death. Insists aircraft's black box has details of killing. Army keeps mum on General Ali Kefe's allegation. So that's a huge one, I tell you, on the front page. Leadership today.
This Nigeria. Jostle for power sets Jos on fire as police 16 sacked lawmakers clash. That's the lead there with this riders. Only 8 legislators will be allowed in Plateau Assembly until issues are resolved, says Speaker Henry. Well, that's a developing story, but we'll keep you updated. But that's what they lead with on This Nigeria, and it's on page 4.
The Nigerian Observer has this one on its front page, something that's been a little concerning over time, and there is some relief, perhaps. Look at it. Relief as marketers to pay Naira for Dangote fuel. Yeah, so is it going to be Naira according to the dollar? I don't know. Well, the details you'll find on the front page. Look at the rider registration for marketers still ongoing at refinery. Don't know if it's Nyasa or Chamberlain that's also interested in owning one, but that's the front page of the Nigerian Observer today.
Chamberlain, are you going to be selling fuel from Dangote refinery? Aya says you should go register.
Let him give me the form. Since he has details, help a brother out then. After all, we're trying to come up with a national charter to help one another, be your brother's keeper. So start from there. I think that will go a long way, I tell you. Well, look at Daily Trust next. 8 killed as fresh violence erupts in Plateau. Mosques, churches, houses burned. 24-hour curfew imposed in Mangu local government area. We've deployed troops, military. So, and then you see the not good. Not good. The pictures you see on the front page speaks volumes, guys. That's Daily Trust.
The Daily Independent is the next one here, and they're concerned. They're leading with the concern of the INEC chairman. He says year-round elections putting pressure on INEC. So what's going to happen? Are you going to do anything about that? What's the Yakubu? What are you going to do? Well, that's it. Daily Independent, year-round elections, putting pressure on INEC. That's what they lead with.
Something certainly concerning, no doubt. The Nigerian News Direct is next, and the lead story is talking about something everyone else has been talking about. BDC's lobby to resume publication of parallel market rates. What does that mean? The details you'll find on page 10 as Naira depreciates further against the dollar. What's it for you now? There's a number of other stories on the front page. Oh, I don't know why no paper really here led with this one. FAC allocates 1.13 trillion naira to FG states LGs in December 2023. That's the Nigerian News Direct today.
That stands out, guys, in some of the dailies we reviewed here this morning. The front page of Leadership, for instance, where the CSOs or the elders are telling Tinubu, the president, to probe terrorism financing. And as much as the call is important, but several things. I know previous governments also did tell us. Even the one Jonathan's presidency did tell us too, they were going to publish the names of terrorism sponsors. A Buhari government too, similar narrative. In fact, the court did say they should publish certain documents and details and some of these ones, but we didn't see any of those things. And so I know they don't need any telling to ensure that the right things are done, because these things, the other day too, guys, don't forget, it was the Minister of Solid Minerals who did say that powerful Nigerians are funding mining or terrorism, illegal mining. So they all know who these powerful Nigerians are. They keep telling us this thing. Look, I think what the people are interested in now, having told us repeatedly that powerful Nigerians are the ones behind it, means you know who they are. So what is wrong in, if you can't publish the names, begin the process in court. And if we get to court, the details will be there for everybody. I mean, if you charge people to court, the names of those who you charge to court will be there to defend themselves. So that way, you could come through to the people saying, look, you're trying to be as forthright, as transparent as possible. But if you keep telling us all of those things, we don't see any action behind all of these things, then they will expect that, look, you might have something to hide.
Well, Timlin, as much as we talk about these matters, consequence management is one thing that needs to be taken really seriously. Consequence management. I'll give you an example with one of the things that is in one of the dailies that's really stood out. It wasn't a lead story, but stood out. EFCC arraigning a former governor for 4 billion naira fraud today. Former governor of Anambra State. We keep getting these cases or these stories about. This EFCC or the anti-graft agencies arraigning some of these public office holders, governors, former governors, ministers, as the case may be. Until we see proper prosecution to a conclusive end, we may never see an abeyance of this. It might continue. When you see people, all manner of allegations here and there, because the people are just going ahead. I can do it and get away with it. The other person got away with it, so I'll do it and get away with it. So let's see a conclusive end to some of these cases. As some will say, not media, let it not be a media trial. Let it be followed through and through. If indeed you're taking into court, just like they have other cases also. The EFCC talks about cases that they have. I'm talking about the Guardian here. They have other cases that they're also taking to court. It would be good that we see some of these cases to the end. That's consequence management.
And part of the narrative there was that the security votes. He took the security votes, put it in a bank in dollars, and then requested them in cash. But security vote. That's the narrative.
Yeah, but the security vote is, nobody has ever, we've had that conversation before. Who questions what is done with the security vote?
So is this what they do with security vote?
Well, the question, who questions what's done with security vote?
So who's investigating what is done with security vote now? I guess it's out there for us all to see. So I think we'll keep tabs on this one to see what happens moving forward.
Well, thank you, Chamberlain. I have my pick is actually from the front page of the Guardian as well. That particular the lead story. For instance, says the 2025 broadband target dicey as 31 states remain underserved. I had the privilege of speaking with the DG and CEO of NCC recently, and he talked about the challenges that, and the aspiration to ensure that that collaboration is happening, particularly among all of the states. Now, for The Guardian this morning to be leading with a story that says 31 states in Nigeria remain underserved, it raises a lot of questions. As we speak, according to data from the same NCC, about 70% of Nigeria is 2G covered. We understand that one of the networks claims that it has about something in the region of 70-something% 4G coverage. Questions remain around that one. So if you have 4G coverage in your area, let us know. The issues of the partnership that the states ought to have to let cables cross from one state to another is still there, right of way they call it. So where are we going with all of that? So if at this time The Guardian is reporting that the 2025 broadband target is dicey because 31 out of 36 states remain underserved, there are questions as to why. This is the digital age. This is the age of AI. This is the age where you should be able to appear in, for instance, I should just be able to appear in Abuja, maybe not physically, virtually, and present with my colleagues in Abuja. This is the age where we're in now. But if 31 states are there, are underserved as we speak, then we can tell ourselves how slowly we are moving as far as development per technology is concerned. So whoever needs to answer that question, please do that. We know that a lot of work is happening from the Office of the Minister of Digital Economy and all of that. We also know that the NCC is doing an amazing and yeoman's job with their new leadership and all of the team. But then the partnership with the states is critical to whether or not there's going to be success at the end of the day. That's my take from the front page of The Guardian, guys.
All right, so there you go. That also wraps it up, especially remembering the U.S. telling Nigeria to implement NSAS report. We need the U.S. to remind us to implement the NSAS report. What are we doing? Really? All right, that wraps it up here this morning with the dailies. We're back in just a moment. Stay on with us.